No. Yeah, that's good. Alrighty. Hi everyone. So National Geographic states in one's lifetime, the odds of getting struck by lightning is 1 in 5,000. The Wildlife Museum states that the odds of dying from a stroke is 1 in 24. But did you know that every year, more than 10 million Americans are victims of domestic violence? To put it into perspective, that is one victim every 20 minutes. Domestic violence is an issue that people don't want to talk about, but not talking about it is one of the reasons that it's such a problem. In this speech, I'm going to tell you what domestic violence is, how to recognize victims, and lastly, how to get help. Now, according to Webster's Dictionary, the definition of domestic violence is the inflicting of physical injury by one family or household member onto another. Also, a repeated or habitual pattern of behavior. While this states that only physical abuse is domestic violence, it's important to note that the goal of the abuser is to assert dominance and control over their partner's life. So domestic violence should be thought of as a blanket term for any act of intimidation, mental abuse, and physical abuse brought on by the accused. Unfortunately, as I stated before, domestic violence is affecting over 10 million Americans every year, provided by the helpguide.org. With numbers that high, it is imperative that you know how to recognize a victim. There are many signs, both behaviorally and physically, that a person may show if they are being abused. These can be things like being overly anxious when their partner's around or trying to please them, missing events or work without really much of a reason, having limited access to their own money or to their vehicle, and wearing clothes like at inappropriate times, such as long sleeves in the summer to hide physical injury, or wearing sunglasses indoors. If you or someone you know is going through this, here are some ways to get help. There are help hotlines, such as the National Domestic Violence Hotline, or gender-specific hotlines, such as the Mankind Initiative. There are also shelters, such as the Houston Area Women's Shelter, that provide refuge, mental health counseling, children's court services, and community awareness initiatives. The point is, there are many outlets to get to safety, and the first step is recognizing that there is in fact a problem and starting the process to get out of it. Through this speech, I hope you take with you the signs of abuse, how to get help, and always remember that domestic violence is any form of relational abuse, both physical and mental. Domestic violence is affecting millions, and the more people learn about it, the easier it will be to stop it. Love shouldn't hurt. So if you or someone you know are in a situation where it does, know that there is a way out and there are people to help. Thank you.